Good morning and welcome to Rise and Shine Manitoba with Luna Brigid. I am so excited for today's show. So, wherever you are, please raise your coffee mugs and cheers with me as I say, Rise and Shine Manitoba. Welcome back to Rise and Shine Manitoba with Luna Brigid. So on today's show, we have so many exciting segments, including our beauty and styling tips with Donna segment, our farm report with Siemens. But first and foremost, we have our yoga with Whitney segment. So over to you, Whitney.
Hi everybody, welcome to this week's Yoga with Whitney segment. If you'd like to find yourself on your mat or carpet or wherever you're going to be practicing today, we'll start in mountain pose. Mountain pose is simply standing tall, chest out, hands forward. You can face the front of your mat or stay where you're standing. Inhaling deeply, feeling that air and fill up your belly, and exhale, shaking it out, shaking out the hips. Now we'll do an inhale, bending your knees and stretching your body up, trying to lengthen your hands to the ceiling and diving down, bending your knees, touching the floor, touching the shins, touching your knees. Wherever you feel most comfortable, it's important to keep that lower back flat. You'll be feeling that stretch through the hamstrings. And now bending your knees enough so that you can touch the floor or touch your shins, whichever feels most comfortable, and we'll pedal out those feet just for a minute, just to warm up those hamstrings and calf muscles. You're inhaling deeply through the belly and moving with your breath, exhaling. And exhaling again. Putting your feet flat on the ground, bending your knees and slowly rolling up for 3, 2, 1, stretching upwards. And diving down again, finding yourself on your hands and your knees. We're going to go into child's pose. This is simply, you're going to be on butt on your heels and walking your hands out as far as comfortably and stretching so that you feel a stretch in your upper back. Maybe putting your head on the floor. Taking a deep inhale into the belly and exhale. Inhale once more and exhale. Walking the hands back to your knees. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this helped you warm up for your day and prepare you for your week. Thanks for joining.
Thank you so much, Whitney. My body feels more relaxed already. So thank you so much for that. So we have so many other amazing and exciting new segments coming up right away. So Rise and Shine Manitoba, we'll be right back after this quick message.
I think Systems Beauty College is a little bit unique in respect to the way we teach our program. We don't do so much structure and learning and block teaching. Everybody can move along at the pace that suits them.
Well, it's a combination of being both independent and dependent, which I like because you have a little bit of both, and it makes it fun because you can go on your own and create new styles and whatnot. And yeah.
Welcome back to Rise and Shine Manitoba with Luna Brigid. So up next, we have our beauty and styling tips with Donna from Systems Beauty College. So over to you, Donna. So Donna's here from Systems Beauty College. So Donna, in our quick morning segment, what would you say are your top 3 makeup tips for all of our viewers watching?
Well, for makeup tips, I think some of it depends on what you're doing in your day, but certainly having the right mood for what it is that you are doing. So if you're going to the office, don't overdo it. If you're going out for the evening, that's when you want to overdo it. Just making sure that you be mindful of your environment and try not to overpower what's happening. You know, some of the things that I find interesting at times is at a wedding, for example, if someone dresses very outlandish and really big makeup and they're not part of the wedding, I feel like, well, maybe that wasn't the best choice. So that kind of thing is probably one of my biggest tips for sure. And color choices are good, making sure your colors all work together.
Match the outfit.
Yeah.
So connecting, you know, talked about the makeup. Now for the hair. So I know a lot of our viewers are maybe moms or parents or are just busy business people. So what would you say are some great hair care tips in the morning when you maybe only have about 10 minutes to do your hair in the morning?
So I think that the key to success is having a good haircut is number one for sure, and the right products to work with. And making sure that your stylist has discussed with you what it is your time frame, right? If you're finding a picture of a hairstyle that takes half an hour to accomplish and you only have 10 minutes, you're kind of hooped. You're not going to get it looking the way it needs to be. So be sure that your stylist is being real and giving you the products you need and the support to what to do with them. That's something that we always make sure that we're training our clients on how to look good too, because it's easy for us. We do it all day. That's what we're special at, right? We want to make it easy for you as well. So having the right stuff is good.
I really like that. And since you were on my show last week on Women in Business, we alluded to the fact that at your salon at Systems Beauty College, there is the benefit to you both being a teacher as well as a hairstylist. So you have that duality of knowledge at your disposal. So I like that. So then I guess, what are some tips, I guess, to help maintain hair care at home where like you said, you're right. It's easy for you guys to know it at the salon, but at home it's different. So what are some tips to help us, maybe people that don't know as much, to maintain our hair at home?
So there's a lot of easy thoughts in styling, but again, the product is your main thing. If you don't have the right shampoo and conditioner, you're going to run into trouble. There's an awful lot of products out there that have a lot of coating, waxy paraben type things added to them that give you, yeah, it sounds awful, doesn't it? Gives you a feeling of the hair feeling good. Sometimes it's even like a shiny coating, like putting Varathane on your furniture. They're kind of putting that lovely coating on your hair to give it the illusion of looking great. But you can't do anything with something that's covered in wax. It doesn't perform. It's heavy and it doesn't do what it's supposed to do, and does ruin the integrity of the hair eventually as well. So if anybody has told you that there isn't a difference between salon quality products and drugstore or grocery store products, they're wrong. And we really basically could show you that easily in the salon, and we do all the time.
No kidding. That sounds absolutely disgusting. So no, that it makes sense. So if you want to have those high quality products, buy your products at a salon. So we only
Yes.
have time for one more question on this morning's segment. So my last question for you, Donna, is I guess part of hair maintenance is knowing when to get it trimmed. So again, for any of us hair noobs out there that don't know a lot about hair, how frequently would you suggest, as both a hairstylist and a teacher, how often would you suggest people to get their hair cut?
So for me, I think the least frequency of a haircut should be about every 4-6 months is pushing it. If you're growing it out and you use all of the right stuff and don't abuse your hair, you can go 4 to 6 months and just get a proper trim after that. But what some people do wrong is they wait too long, and then the hair is compromised and everybody wants to cut off too much. So that makes you not want to go very often. But technically the key to success is to go more often so that the hair doesn't get in that bad of shape, so that you don't have to cut off more. And if you're trying to support a style like mine that's very short, you really are anywhere between 3 and 6 weeks. And that's men's hair as well. If you want to maintain the style as you love it, that's as often as it should be done.
It makes sense, because just like a lot of things in our lives, it feels like with anything, a universal principle is if you put something off, then it's just going to get worse.
So true.
Right? So thank you so much, Donna. As always, it feels like you are a bottomless well of wonderful information. So thank you so much for giving us all some wonderful tips. And we will see you again soon on your beauty and styling tips with Donna segment. So for any of our amazing viewers watching right now, I'm going to load up her page at the bottom. So check out the link below, assistantbeautycollege.ca. Please go on her site for any hair, nail, school, or salon related questions, and I promise you will have all your questions answered. So thank you so much, Donna, for joining us on Rise and Shine Manitoba. You've been a blast, and we will see you again soon. Bye,
Thanks.
Donna.
Have a great day.
Thanks. You as well. So thank you so much, Donna, for joining us on our morning show today. So we have so many more amazing segments to come. So please don't go away. Stay tuned. Rise and Shine Manitoba with Luna Brigid will be right back after this quick message. So Donna's here from
Big Systems Beauty College is a little bit unique in respect to the way we teach our program. We don't do so much structure and learning and block teaching. Everybody can move along at the pace that suits them. Everybody can move along at the pace that suits them. If they can move faster, they do so. Therefore, learning everything earlier and getting more practice in all segments of hairstyling as opposed to just being stuck in one section for a certain period of time. So we try to accommodate all the different learning styles.
Welcome back to Rise and Shine Manitoba with Luna Brigid. So some of our new exciting segments that we're going to have on the show is our Shop Local program. So I briefly introduced that last week on Rise and Shine Manitoba. And so what we're going to do is every episode, we're going to spotlight a small town and its businesses and its wonderful little treasures that make the place unique. And so, like I said last week, if you are part of a small town or know of a small town that should be spotlighted, please let us know. We are also looking for advertisers to partner with us and advertise with us on our TV shows, including Rise and Shine Manitoba and Women in Business on Thursdays, among many other shows. So if you own a business and would like to take part in this amazing opportunity and be on our shows and advertised, please let me or us know. And if you want to advertise on my shows, you have the added bonus of knowing that the same honest, quirky, sincere, bubbly person on the advertising end is the same honest, sincere, quirky, bubbly person promoting your business on the on-air TV end. So that's also kind of cool. So stay tuned. We are going to have so many other exciting segments after this quick commercial break. So Rise and Shine Manitoba with Luna Brigid will be right back after this quick message from Evolve Green.
Why go solar? It's not just for the environment, although that is a great reason. Did you know that when you install your new solar plant, you are only paying 7 cents per kilowatt? That's right, 7 cents. Solar is now cheaper than buying electricity, 25% cheaper than buying it from Manitoba Hydro. Going solar is different from any other investment you will make in your life, as you will retain the value on your roof. Solar does not depreciate like other investments do, and unlike a GIC, your investment will start paying you from day one. And when you choose to sell your home, well, you will get the cost of the solar back, as this investment rarely depreciates. When choosing solar, look for high-end products like microinverters with 10 to 25-year warranties. Make sure your installation is done by a professional. We are Evolve Green, and we are celebrating 12 years in the industry and can help you put your roof to work for you. Ask also about your options like battery backup for when the grid fails, and how about solar heaters to get rid of snow buildup? Are you a farm or a business? Did you know that your solar is a 100% tax write-off? Yes, that's right. You can write off all the cost for the solar in the year you purchased it. This is a perfect investment for any business. In Manitoba, the portion a resident customer sells to Hydro is also a tax write-off in the first year. Farms pay no PST on solar systems. We build, design, and supply the best in solar power for both on and off the grid. For experts you can trust, call or email Evolve Green today. 1-866-5-EVOLVE or support@evolvegreen.ca.
Welcome back to Rise and Shine Manitoba with Luna Brigid. Thank you so much for tuning in. So here on Rise and Shine Manitoba, we can do a little bit of magic. So it was daylight savings time this past weekend, and a lot of people were busy. So we thought of a solution. We kind of invented time travel. So that's kind of why in between commercial breaks, you can see I magically, change my top, or I magically, alter the lighting in the room just to keep everybody on their toes. So just so you know. So up next we have Harry Siemens with the Farm Report, brought to you by Wolf Enterprises. So hello and good morning, Harry. What is the latest in farming?
Well, we've got so many things that are happening in farming right now. Number one, it's unbelievable. We're in the middle of March and seeding is just around the corner. And with the lack of moisture that we have right now, it could be happening sooner than later. We never know what March and April will bring us, but that's the way farmers are feeling right now. The markets are good. Yeah.
That is awesome. That's good to know, especially with COVID. I'm glad to hear that on the finance end that farmers are doing okay. That's good to hear.
Yes, the markets are doing absolutely great.
Awesome. So I guess speaking of current news, I don't know about any of you of you viewers watching, but there was an annoying thing called daylight savings time today. So apparently I didn't do my part in researching because I woke up this morning and I saw the time on my alarm clock was different than on my phone. So that was a bit of a wake-up call, pun intended. So Harry, what does daylight savings time mean for farmers right now?
I did a survey on Twitter, and I have quite a few followers, and I got a tremendous response. And, you know, it was all over the map. But if I was to boil it down, you know, we had probably 20-25% saying, you know, I love it because it gives us that extra sunshine hour in the evening. The cattle guy doesn't want things to change. Neither does the chicken person because it upsets their schedule. And but for the most part, there are those people saying it doesn't matter. And then there's those people that say, you know what, let's just absolutely get, you know, stick with one, whether it's daylight saving time or standard time and not change it. But it looks like we're here to stay with daylight saving time for some time to come.
Well, honestly, I actually like that. I think it's kind of cool because chickens and basically all animals are very instinctive creatures. And so it says a lot if even a chicken finds it hard to adjust between that hour twice a year. That says a lot to how us humans can adjust. So no, I that says it in and of itself, and I agree. I think that it'd be so much easier if we just picked a time, whether it's the hour ahead or behind, whatever, just pick a time and stuck as that being our standard time instead of this back and forth every twice a year. So no, I think Saskatchewan has it right. So I guess connecting with that, if enough Manitobans raise their voices, and if enough Manitobans wanted to do this and pick one time as our standard time instead of daylight saving time, do you think the Manitoba government would listen?
Well, I think right now they would do exactly what the British Columbia government is doing. They were going to change it already last year, and then they didn't. They were going to change it this year, and they say, well, because of COVID, they can't do it. But you know what? Changing the time doesn't cost anything. It doesn't mean anything else. It's just a matter of saying, this is how we're going to do, pass the legislation. So I don't think we're going to see it anytime soon, but I could be wrong.
No, that's fair. No, and I mean, and we can always hope, and we definitely do hope. So I mean, honestly, Harry, one of the first things I noticed about you ever since we began chatting is your passion and love for farming. So I guess what made you, be inspired to start farming?
Well, I grew up on a farm. My father, back in 1960, grew 1,000 acres of crop, and that was a big farm at the time. And so I went to a country school, and Dad would be there at 5 to 4, picking me up in springtime. And they say, Harry, and I think I was probably 9 or 10 years old. I had to get home, get on the tractor, and harrow what he had planted during the day, kind of thing. So I grew up with it. It was just a normal standard thing that I would follow in the footsteps. And then in 1967, we made a purchase of land together, my brother, my father, and myself. He, of course, had the money and so forth, and he helped us. And I had to promise him that I was going to farm for the rest of my life. Well, you know what? That changed because I met a young woman who didn't mind if I was a farmer. She didn't want a dumb farmer. And I failed out of grade 11. So I went back and got my education. The rest, they say, is history. A job came up at the local radio station as a farm broadcaster. My dad says, apply. So I applied, got it. Within a month, I was in the studio. And so I became the farm broadcaster. But I had the agriculture background. I loved it. But I didn't necessarily like the farming. The farming was boring.
Well, honestly, that is amazing, honestly. And I think passion inspires the greatest accomplishments and the greatest works of art and the greatest careers is by passion. So I love that you're passionate. Thank you for sharing that. So we only have about 10 seconds, maybe 15 seconds left. So the last quick question, just because you have this amazing wealth of knowledge, and thank you for that. For any inspiring farmers out there, to give a little kind of quick tidbit of advice for any new farmers out there as to how to start?
To make sure they absolutely do their homework. That's a key factor. You know, sometimes it's even better to get off the farm, take an education, maybe even a job working in agriculture, and then if father is still available to help you get started, then come back. But don't just jump into it. You know, willy-nilly. Get some background, do the homework, and then see if it works and fits for you.
I like that. Thank you. That's honestly a great just life lesson is whenever you're going to a new venture, just do your homework and don't go in blindly and do your prep work. That's just, I think, a great life lesson. So I would love
You
to
bet.
stay and chat with you all day, but we just have to move on. So thank you so much, Harry. As usual, as usual, there we go, words working. You are always a joy to talk with every Monday morning. So we'll see you again next week on Monday on Rise and Shine Manitoba with Luna Brigid. Thank you, Harry. Talk to you again soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. So thank you so much, Harry, for giving us your usual absolute wealth of knowledge. I appreciate it, and so do our viewers. So we are going to take a quick commercial break, but Rise and Shine Manitoba will be right back after this quick message. Welcome back to Rise and Shine Manitoba with Luna Brigid. So yeah, like I said, magic. You know, we can magically change the lighting in commercial breaks just to keep things random and on your toes. So, some announcements. We are going to have so many more exciting new segments coming soon, including our health and beauty segment by Pure Anada Cosmetics in Morden, Manitoba, our health and wellness segment from Pembina Valley Physiotherapy and Sports Injury Center, Cindy Grenier Real Estate's Property of the Month showcased from our Real Answers in Real Estate TV show on Thursday nights, and so much more. And remember, we are also looking for advertisers to partner with us and advertise with us on our TV shows, including on Rise and Shine Manitoba, on our Women in Business show on Thursdays, both of those hosted by moi. So and many other shows as well. So if you own a business and you want to take part in this crazy fun opportunity, please let me or us know. So mark in your calendars every Monday mornings, Rise and Shine Manitoba, 10 a.m. with Luna Brigid. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. So, as we sign off, please raise your coffee mugs and cheers with me as I say, Rise and Shine Manitoba. Have a wonderful day and stay safe. Bye-bye, and thank you for watching.